I don't have a self-esteem problem. My self-esteem is fantastic. No. Now there's months later and it's like, okay, now she's realizing, wow, I was holding these beliefs. Welcome back to my channel. You are watching The Real Manifestation Talk with your girl, Dina Haynes, where I teach you how to deliberately create the life of your dreams through manifestation, scripting, and many other techniques. And today, many of you might be down in the dumps wondering, how do you continue on this manifestation journey when nothing's coming in? How do you let the manifestation in? And could you possibly be keeping the manifestation from coming in? And the answer is yes. But before we get into it, don't forget to like the video to help other people see this video, just like you. Hit subscribe, the little bell, comment down below. This is an interactive channel, so whatever manifestation topics you want to talk about, just put it down in the comments and I will devote a whole video to it. And you can check out my manifestation coaching prices down below in the description as well as in the video. And now that that's taken care of, let's get into the video. The way to speed up your manifestation, to get things quicker, is really all based on you. It's all based on how soon you align your beliefs to what it is that you desire. I mean, you don't have to necessarily believe it's going to happen now. You just have to be open to the possibility that it is going to come in, or that it even just can come in, that it is possible. If you can believe that you can manifest, and you can believe anything, you can believe that anything can come into your life. All you have to do is just say, why not? That would be cool. And I have the perfect example of a client of mine who was just not ready to receive. And this is how it came. So this client, she was manifesting a specific person. Really, when you're manifesting a specific person, it's all about your beliefs about yourself, self-love, and believing that you can have this person or this kind of love in your life. Many months ago, I told this person, it's going to start with your self-esteem. I'm noticing that your self-esteem is pretty low, and that's something that you're going to have to build up. And she completely denied it. She was like, no, I don't have a problem with self-esteem. She just was completely unaware, and at that time, unable to accept what was really going on, what the layers of disbelief were. And really, it started with her and her feelings about herself, because when you're deliberately manifesting, you have to get on board with it. And if you have a fundamental belief that you don't deserve it, that you're not worthy, then it's just not going to come, or it's not going to come in the way that you hope, or it could just really delay the manifestation. So she denied it, and I just let that be. I mean, I can't force her to believe, and this is all about letting it in. So it wasn't until several months later, she came upon this knowledge in her own way. She was talking to someone else said the same thing to her, but just in a slightly different way. It was like it was the person who said this to her had the key that unlocked her knowing, and she just happened to be ready to hear it. And maybe having heard it from me the first time, it was maybe that softened her up to, oh my God, I'm having a revelation. So I did this video a week ago about the signs. The great thing about signs is, and being aware of signs, is when you hear things in repetition, that really kind of opens you up to the truth of what's going on so that you can see what the blockages are. And also, just so that you can see the steps that you are meant to take. Definitely, when spirit talks to you, spirit gives you messages in multiples, especially if you don't get it the first time and the second time and the, you can see where that's going to go. So you have to be open and aware, opening your awareness to the signs, to hearing signs from spirit. And signs from spirit come from everywhere. They come from people, things, places, things that you see. So me telling her that the first time that she needed to work on her self-esteem was the first sign, because then she then later told me when we had this conversation about it, and I said, do you remember when I told you that many, many moons ago? And she did not remember, which was so funny to me because I remembered it perfectly. And it just goes to show that the information went in one ear and out the other, right? She was not ready to hear it. She was firmly in the seat of, I don't have a self-esteem problem. My self-esteem is fantastic. No. Now there's months later and it's like, okay, now she's realizing, wow, I was holding these beliefs. So the beliefs, the thoughts were going on in her head, the low self-esteem thoughts, the self-deprecating thoughts, and yet she didn't hear it. She couldn't hear it. And it wasn't until multiple signs that it finally clicked. It finally sunk in. You can circumvent that. You can skip that whole process just by allowing yourself to get real, allowing yourself to quiet the voices that you currently are dealing with so that you can hear messages from spirit. Spirit is going to give you messages of truth, messages to inspire you to take next steps to move forward. And the signs and the messages come in multiples. If you're not getting it, you are going to hear it many times over. And if you are getting messages and hearing things many times over that you're beginning to notice, then stop and actually do something about it. It is a message from spirit to do something about that specific thing. If you're in denial, you're just holding these manifestations at bay, these things that you want, that you desire. You're just going to hold them at bay. If you can just believe that you can have anything, then that is the quickest, easiest way to manifest your desires. Work on feeling that it could possibly happen. Allow yourself to suspend your beliefs, your current beliefs, if they are not in line with your manifestation. Allow yourself to suspend those beliefs and fantasize about the things that you want so that you can feel it real. And then come up with affirmations that counteract these negative beliefs that maybe you think you can't manifest. If you're thinking you cannot manifest things, then that's exactly what will manifest for you. You won't be able to manifest. Come up with affirmations that proclaim that you are an amazing manifester. That is honestly affirmation number one that everyone should include in their affirmations. I am a powerful manifester. Everything I desire comes to me. Everything is always working out for me. That should always be in your list of affirmations. That should be something that you repeat to yourself in your mind every day. I get whatever I want, whenever I want. Everything is always working out for me. Everything. Everything always works out in my favor. That should be in everyone's list of manifestations. It should be in everyone's ticker tape of thoughts that you are thinking every day. Every day. And then if you still have a trouble getting on board with your specific manifestations, then just get general about it. Move in a more general direction. So like if you're manifesting a specific person, it would be something like, if you have a hard time believing this person's going to be back in your life, then just make statements like, I am a desirable person. I am dynamic. People love talking to me. My friends, they love hanging out with me. They love doing FaceTimes with me because we're in a pandemic. So maybe you're just doing FaceTime. They love talking to me. They come to me all the time for advice. I'm a dynamic person. I'm compassionate. I'm deserving of love. Think of someone in your life who loves you, even if it's your mom. My mom loves me. She thinks I'm the best thing that's ever happened to her. And start there. Start with more general things that you can easily get on board with. Once you get on that high flying disc, or once you start flying with that type of mentality, the rest will start to come in because the universe already knows your desires. It's not something that you have to press on every day. Your desires. Once you desire it, it is done. Once you ask for it, it is done. You just have to get on board to thinking that you can actually have it, thinking that that is possible. And if this worked for you, then hit that like button if you haven't already, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and tune in Sunday when I do my tarot read where I give direct messages from Spirit for you. I'll see you then.